Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course. Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering. Off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler video series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. This is just dinner for me. So, let's all hope for the best. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm eating around about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm in my back room today, which means we get Beer Can Thunderbolt poster. Beer Can Thunderbolt poster. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I am doing something else. What is it, though? Just so happens to be, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, though? Happens to be my Delane shirt, which is a very cool design. I love this design. And it's the tour shirt, which is extra spiffy. But who and or what is Delane? Delane is a symphonic metal band out of the Netherlands. They've actually been doing it for quite a while. I was actually surprised when I started looking into their stuff, just like how long a history they had. They at one point they went over there, they changed out vocalists. So if you do go over there and look up some of their stuff, you do have to kind of be aware that, again, they had a previous vocalist and a current one. But yeah, I really enjoy their stuff. I was fortunate enough to see them live a few months back. I actually got some videos of their performance I attended. Those videos are on my channel in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction as far as their music goes because I think they're really fucking awesome. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why is it my dinner? Well, it's my dinner. I mean, partially it's my dinner just because I'm broke at the moment. I had a series of things where I went out to a convention, and then a few days later I had a concert, and it just did. So I'm eating from inside the house for a few days. Fair enough. I have plenty of food to hold me over. But what food am I eating? What am I doing here, folks? Well, I happen to be going at some Jack's Pizza. Just a classic cheese and sausage Jack's Pizza, right? Now, folks, I'm not reviewing the Jack's Pizza. I've actually reviewed it in the past if you want to check that out, though. But, thing with Jack's Pizza, it's not amazing pizza, but it's cheap, and you can razzle-dazzle it a little bit with some stuff and, make it a little bit better. So, I'm going to be razzle-dazzling it with some boom! It is from Walkerswood. This is their Plenty Hot Jamaican Fire Stick Pepper Sauce. Ooh. It's got a little saying, says use just a dash. The saying goes, old fire stick is easy to catch. Once you've had a flame in your heart, it's easy to rekindle. I don't know that I agree with that. This sauce should warm up all kinds of things. Go easy, shake well. So yeah, and I guess it's a product of Jamaica. So cool. Let's get a thing for a thing here real quick. I don't know if it's gonna. Yeah, we'll just go like that. Ha 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 ha. Sure, man. Yeah, I just found this when I was out doing some grocery shopping a couple weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, try some just by itself. Here, we'll do a little. Ooh. 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 Oh, that's some good stuff. Ooh. That is fucking tasty, man. And I like the heat it's got on it. I reviewed a hot sauce not too long ago. A couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago. I don't know. Time doesn't. But it was like a Louisiana style hot sauce, and it was pretty good for what it was. I haven't posted that review yet, but like the flavor on it was decent, but there wasn't a lot of kick to it. This, I really like the flavor, and I like the kick that it's got. I'm gonna try to do a dab on my finger. Oh, that's good. It has almost like a fruitiness. Like it's very flavorful. If you took something like a Tabasco sauce, but then just gave it more, like it just. I mean, I love some Tabasco sauce. I'm not trying to shit on it, but like this, oh my god, that's so good. And I wonder, what with it being a product of Jamaica, when you think of like Jamaican sauces, jerk sauce has to come to mind, right? I almost wonder if there's certain seasonings and stuff that maybe go between this and that, just because like it does have like just such a flavorful vibe, and like you think of jerk sauce, oh that's really good, and then yeah, it's got a nice kick to it. It's not crazy heavy or anything like that. I would say that it's between when you're talking like between the heat level and the flavor level, this is definitely a sauce that's still aiming more on the flavor side, which isn't a bad thing. It really does come down to, what you're looking for in terms of what you want out of a hot sauce. But like it's so flavorful and like it has like this nice depth to it. And then on top of that, it has a nice kick to it. It's not crazy spicy, but it definitely gets you in the back of the throat a little bit. All right, cool. Makes me happy. Let's go ahead and put it on some pizza. See if it makes it any better. Yep. Mm-hmm. Still comes through. Obviously, it is a little bit more muted. That's why I always like to try it on my finger or something like that beforehand. Get a better idea of the flavor. I'm also so hungry. I haven't had hardly anything to eat today. But no, like even with the sausage and everything, flavor still comes through really nicely. And actually, because of that somewhat, almost like I said, kind of fruity flavor. And mind you, I'm not saying it's like fruity, but like it has a little bit of that vibe. That kind of pairing with the pizza sauce, it actually works really nice. It almost like just kind of takes that pizza sauce flavor and just sort of amplifies off of it. That's really good. I like that. One more little dab. Yeah, I like that. I like that hit, man. It's like almost, it's like it's spicy, but it's also kind of tangy. Really like that. Okay, two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I have to go with yes and yes. I think this is a nice sauce. Again, it's not entirely dissimilar from something like a Tabasco sauce, but I appreciate that it has its own personality. I like the flavor profile it has, and like, again, it's very distinct. Even though I would consider it to be, again, sort of similar to like a Tabasco style sauce, it definitely has its own very distinct vibe, and it's really nice. I like the heat level. I like the fact that it's more of a flavor forward sauce. It's not like ridiculously spicy or anything like that. Although I do like those sauces too. This is like perfect for like pizza or putting it in ramen, something like that. And I like that while it's familiar, the things that it does differently make it stand out. And I would absolutely get this again, especially if I'd have to remember where I got it, because I don't remember off the top of my head, but I would get that again. If I'm recommending it, I think absolutely. I think, unless you're just not into hot sauce, some people aren't. I think that pretty much every house should have, at least a small assortment of, like small bottle hot sauces. Just go-to things that you can just give your cuisine a little extra something, something. And it's nice to go over there and have, like a little variety. For me, at the time I'm doing this is my third right now. So I've got, a couple of Mexican ones, and then I've got this one to go with. Gives me some options. And I think that this one's a really nice one. And I think that if you're like me, where, Again, maybe you're familiar with Tabasco sauce in that kind of general range. This won't be entirely dissimilar, but it is something that is different enough that I think it leaves a lasting impression. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there and have yourselves a truly Jamaican-tastic rest of your life. Jamaican food and cuisine, man. I wish I had a place closer to me. I used to, but they closed down. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. When we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there, whenever possible, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, do you have a favorite hot sauce brand? If so, let me know. I can go over there and maybe do a review at some point. I do technically do review requests, but, the problem is that, sometimes acquiring the item is hard, so a lot of times I just forget, if I'm being entirely honest. But at the same time, I'm always interested to learn about this stuff, because, sometimes there's some really interesting things out there. Anyway,